gave up on that shit. Nah, that's the nigga that they just talking about he couldn't trade because he trying to make them weird ass trades.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay.
I put the X on that motherfucker.
Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara.
Ooh, get sticky. Get sticky, 8K.
Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go, charge. Fight, ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early. And I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw. When he called that play, and if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Well, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about are a couple of things. Number one, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number two, Cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a two-step punter, it needs to be one step and get rid of the football.
Returnable here from the 38. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Packers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Carr's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll look to get something started. They need to. Down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now you look at this Saints defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Love now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 82 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
29! 29! It's up!
Carr going to try and throw on third down. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Go Chief!
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Carr going to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Let's go now! Ready, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A check down here to Jones. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He's got room to roam, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Black shot. Blaster. Sing. Cut.
Love from the gun. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
Set.
To throw now. Here's Love. Completed out left to Dobbs. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. So here now the rookie 6th-rounder, Anders Carlson, for the Packer field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Set, ready.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Set, go.
Following the interception, Love. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they have really gotten after him in this first half. He's been on the run throughout. And you can imagine he just might have some words for his linemen come halftime.
Ready, break.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Drill green. Hut, hut.
Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go. Go. Yellow.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips. And then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
560. Ready.
Now Jones. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Again, it's Kamara. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Love. He's got a man, complete. He's on his way. Touchdown, Packers. Luke Musgrave with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 106 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
7:34.
Now Carr. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. This is taken at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw his Carr. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Carr. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Kamara up the middle. Get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action. Now Carr. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing now is Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now Carr again. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest.
These two teams going through their final adjustments.
Jonathan
It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the Colts, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
He completes it to Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Down. 22 needle. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down created there by Jaden Reed, who adds a lot to the Packers receiver room. Even as a rookie, he's able to handle X, Y, Z, whatever position Green Bay puts him in. And boy, he can scrap with the best of defenders.
The Ruggs throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing. Love.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Perry.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Sliding out of the pocket. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Ready.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Glove.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Now Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Love now.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Love's throw finds its target, Dobbs.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Shot. 17.
Back to throw again.
Completes it again to Dobbs.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Romeo Dobbs
from 6 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, 734. 93. 93.
Carr now to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, it's a... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The Packer offense, Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. He's going to let it go again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his...
The pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play fake. Here's Love being chased out left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are right back in this football game. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Come on, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, to have a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Black ultra. Yellow. Set.
First down, Love to pass. But his pass is intercepted. intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
To throw, it's Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So he needed a little assist from his friend the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Hey, go steal. Hut, hut.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And it'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Let's go now.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Steal, black. Hey, go Fury.
And he gets it down to the 48, and that for the first. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. He's been pretty good with his legs in this game. A really nice game there. Defensively, they've been okay covering downfield, but you got to account for the quarterback, right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because normally when you play 11 on 11, it's truly not 11 on 11. Defensively, you don't account for the quarterback in the run game. You account for everyone else and hope that you can catch him before he gets to the first down marker. But as you notice, he's been doing it a little bit. This time he saved his best for this run.
Saving one of his best for the 4th quarter. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ultra. Go ultra. Set, cut.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Ready.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
And I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe, because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right with this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Love. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a